Some things in your home aren't useful anymore, but they're still sitting there. Things that used to be luxurious, trendy, even exciting to own. Now they just take up space, collecting dust, adding weight to your home and to your mind. But don't worry. In this video, I'll walk you through 23 things you can let go of today with no regret. You don't need to declutter everything. Just start small. One drawer, one shelf, one quiet afternoon. And what you'll feel is real. Your space will look calmer, your head will feel clearer, and every time you walk past that one small area you cleared, you'll feel more at peace and more in control. Let's dive in. You know, we all keep things we don't use just because they once felt important, elegant, trendy, sentimental. But the truth is, they're no longer serving you. And letting go of them isn't careless, it's honest. Let's start with a few items that might surprise you. No. 1. Teacups and vintage glassware. Let's be honest, nothing adds more quiet clutter than a shelf full of delicate cups and bowls you never actually use. You've seen them tiny teacups with matching saucers, crystal candy dishes, or inherited glassware that looks fancy but doesn't fit into your everyday life. We keep them because they feel special or sentimental, but they're fragile, they don't stack well, and they're rarely part of your real routine. And here's the truth, most of these pieces belong to another time, another lifestyle. If they're not being used and they don't bring you joy, they're not serving a purpose. Let go of the guilt. 1 or 2 is enough. Your cabinets will feel lighter, and so will you. No. 2. Fancy dishes and special occasion pieces. You know those pretty plates, serving trays, or wine glasses that live in the back of a cabinet? We save them for holidays, for guests, for special occasions, but most of the year they just sit there. Meanwhile, we're using the same chipped bowls or old mugs every day, and all those beautiful pieces stay hidden. The truth is, if you're only pulling them out once or twice a year, that's a lot of space being taken up for something you barely touch. If you love them, bring them into your real life. Use the nice plates on a random Tuesday. Don't wait for an event to enjoy what you already have. No. Chapter 3. Souvenirs and handmade crafts. Let's be real. Nothing makes a shelf feel busier than a bunch of small decorative things that don't really belong anywhere. You know the ones, a magnet from that trip years ago, a candle from a craft class, a painted rock someone gave you, or a little DIY project that felt fun at the time. We keep them because they hold a memory, or because someone made them. But over time, they just start to fade into the background. Not quite useful, not quite beautiful, just there. And here's the truth. The memory isn't in the object. It's in the moment you live the story you remember. If the item no longer brings joy or purpose, it's okay to thank it and let it go. You're not throwing away meaning. You're making space for what still feels like you. And if you're wondering how to keep that space feeling calm and clear each day, tomorrow I'll be sharing simple daily habits that make tidying up feel effortless. So stick around, your home is about to get a lot lighter. No. 4. Old electronics and mystery cords. Let's be real. Everyone has a box or bag full of tangled chargers and random cables for devices that probably don't even exist anymore. You know, the kind, cameras that don't work, phones you haven't used in a decade, or cords you think you might need. But you're not even sure what they belong to. They just take up space and create low-key stress every time you try to find the charger that actually works. And here's the truth. If you don't know what it's for, you won't reach for it when something breaks. You'll just buy a new one. Let it go, and keep only what you use regularly. No. 5. Instruction manuals and takeout menus. Let's be honest. These used to be useful, but they're not anymore. We used to keep manuals for every blender fan or lamp in the house, and takeout menus for every restaurant in town. But now, all of that lives online. We don't flip through paper anymore. We search, we scan, we tap. Keeping stacks of paper just in case is really just storing outdated anxiety. Recycle them. Your drawer doesn't need to carry that mental weight anymore. No. 6. Blank DVDs, CDs, and business cards. Let's face it, the world has moved on, but our drawers didn't get the memo. You might still have a stack of empty discs from when burning a playlist felt high-tech, or business cards from people you don't remember. We hang on to them because they feel official, but they're completely unused. If your current devices don't even have a CD drive, that's your sign. You're allowed to let go of tech that doesn't fit your life anymore. No. 7. Paper maps and phone books. Let's be real. They were helpful once. Now they're just heavy. Maps from old trips. Yellow pages from 5 years ago. They live in glove boxes, drawers, or that one shelf in the hallway just in case, but let's be honest. If you're lost, you're not unfolding a map. You're checking your phone. And here's the truth. These belong to a slower world, a different time. Letting them go doesn't erase the memory, it just clears space for how you actually live today. Some things feel exciting when we first bring them home. They seem clever, helpful, even fun. But after the novelty wears off, they quietly become part of the background, filling drawers and cabinets with stuff we never reach for. Let's look at a few kitchen and cleaning items that might be ready to say goodbye. No. 8. Jell-O molds, novelty ice trays, and egg cookers. Jell-O molds, fish-shaped ice trays, egg cookers, silicone popsicle molds, the ones that felt fun, clever, and very on-trend at the time. Back in the late 2000s and early 2010s, these kinds of tools were everywhere. They showed up in cooking shows, lifestyle blogs, and Pinterest boards. Everyone seemed to be making cute-shaped snacks, prepping bento lunches, or doing creative food projects at home. And maybe you tried it too. But now, those trays and molds are shoved in the back of a drawer not because you're lazy, but because they never became part of your real routine. The truth is, trends change. And tools that were once fun to try don't need to live with you forever. Let them go and make room for the things you actually reach for today. No. 9. Oversized platters and punch bowls. We all have at least one, and most of us never use it. They're beautiful, sure, but they're also bulky, hard to store, and almost never practical. That giant punch bowl. It's been waiting for a party that hasn't happened in 5 years. If you only use it once every few years or not at all, it's taking up more than its share of space. Keep one that works for multiple occasions. Let the rest go without guilt. No. 10. Too many cleaning products. Let's face it, they pile up fast. A spray for glass, one for stainless steel, another for granite, something just for the stove. Before you know it, the cabinet under your sink looks like a mini store. Most of us end up using the same 1 or 2 products anyway. One good all-purpose cleaner can do the job of 7 bottles. Clear the rest, and your cleaning routine will feel simpler instantly. No. 11. Old gift wrap supplies. You know, the wrinkled paper, tangled ribbons, and gift bags with names scratched off. We save them thinking we'll reuse them one day. But most of the time when that day comes, we grab something new anyway. And here's the truth. If you avoid using it because it looks too messy or worn, it's not a resource, it's just clutter. Keep what you actually use. Let the rest go. Your storage will look calmer and feel easier to manage. No. 12. Outdated kitchen gadgets. The kind that used to feel like a clever little miracle when you brought them home. Back then, these tools were exciting. The Foreman grill, the egg cooker, the mini donut maker, they promised to save time, simplify breakfast, make life easier. And for a while, they probably did. You might have used them every weekend, tried new recipes, even showed them off a little. But now they're pushed to the back of a cabinet. You don't reach for them anymore, maybe because they're bulky, hard to clean, or just never quite became part of your routine. You grab the same pan every morning and step around the what-if gadgets. The truth is, those items worked for a certain moment in your life, a certain version of you. But your habits have changed. Your kitchen has too. And it's okay to let them go with appreciation, not guilt. No bump to 13. Too many framed photos is having too many framed photos around the house. Family vacations, kids' milestones. It feels personal, and it is. But when there are too many all competing for attention, they start to blend into the background. Instead of feeling warm, the space can start to feel visually busy and oddly tiring. A better way. Choose just 1 or 2 family photos for each room, something you really connect with. Then balance the space with calming artwork, nature prints, or even a bit of blank wall. Your home will still hold your memories, but your eyes and your mind will have more room to rest. No. 14. Cookie tins and decorative boxes, those pretty metal containers we all used to keep just in case. You probably remember using them to store buttons, sewing kits, old batteries, or random little things around the house. It was a habit that made sense when storage options were limited, but now they're often dusty, stacked in corners, and not really doing anything useful. Most of these tins aren't practical anymore. They're not airtight. They don't stack well. And let's be honest, you rarely go back in to find what's inside. If they're not actively helping you stay organized, it's okay to let them go. There are better ways to store what matters now. No. 15. Tablecloths and placemats. Especially the ones folded away for years, just taking up drawer space. There was a time when a tablecloth made things feel warm, thoughtful, a bit more put together. Meals felt like occasions. Even a regular dinner had a sense of care. But these days, most people don't use them anymore. We eat faster, clean up quicker, and prefer low-maintenance routines that match real life. So what happens is we keep a pile of them mismatched, stained, unused, because we feel bad throwing them away. But the truth is, if they're not part of your current lifestyle, they're just clutter in disguise. Keep one set if you still enjoy using them now and then. The rest. It's okay to let go. You're not throwing away memories, you're making space for habits that actually fit your life today. No. 16. Self-help books and personal planners. The kind you buy with the hope of becoming more organized, more mindful, or finally getting your life together. They often sit on a shelf looking wise and important, but unopened. You meant to read them. You meant to fill them in. But life got in the way, and now they quietly make you feel behind. The truth is, if a book has been sitting untouched for years, it's no longer helping you grow. Let go of the guilt. Keep the 1 or 2 that still speak to you, and release the rest. No. 17. Stationery and blank cards. The kind you used to keep in a drawer for birthdays, thank you notes, or just-in-case moments. There was a time when writing a handwritten card felt natural. You'd sit down with a nice pen and thoughtful words, maybe even mail it out. It was part of how we stayed connected, how we showed we cared. But now most of us send a text, a quick message, or maybe nothing at all. The cards stay in the drawer, unused for years, quietly making you feel like you've let something go. Your kindness and thoughtfulness don't depend on a drawer full of paper. Keep a few cards if you still write them sometimes. But you don't need to hold on to 40 blank notes from 2011 just to feel like a good person. No. Magazines and newspapers. The kind we used to flip through with a cup of coffee or collect for recipes, home tips, or interesting articles. There was a time when reading the paper was part of the morning. Magazines came in the mail and you actually made time to sit and enjoy them. It felt slow, intentional, even a bit comforting. But today, most of us scroll. We skim headlines on our phones. We save articles we never go back to. And those printed stacks, they just pile up untouched month after month. If you haven't read it in the last few weeks, you probably won't. You're not failing by letting it go, you're just making space for how you really consume information now. No. Inane. Encyclopedias and dictionaries. Those big, heavy sets that once held a special place in many homes. Back then, they were seen as a treasure, a kind of personal knowledge library. If your home had a full set of encyclopedias, it meant you were prepared. Looking up a word, a country, a historical date. It all started by pulling one of those volumes off the shelf. But today, we learn differently. We type a question, and in seconds we get real-time answers, updated, visual, and easy to understand. You don't need an entire shelf anymore to feel informed. The truth is, those books were once symbols of knowledge. Now they're just symbols of how far we've come. Letting them go doesn't mean letting go of learning, it means making space for how you learn today. No 20. Pantyhose. The kind that used to be part of every outfit, every workday, every dress code. There was a time when wearing pantyhose was expected. It made you look polished, put together, proper. People wore them under skirts, under dresses, even under pants. But now, most of us don't wear them at all. They're uncomfortable. They roll down, they rip easily, and honestly, they're just not part of modern dressing for most people anymore. The truth is, if you haven't worn them in a year, you don't need a whole drawer full. Keep one pair if you really need a backup, but the rest, they've done their job. It's okay to let them go. No 1. High heels and clothes from a past version of yourself. There was a time when high heels and trendy outfits felt like your second skin. They were fashionable, flattering part of how you showed up in the world. In that season of life, they made perfect sense. But now, they don't really fit. Not your feet, not your days, and maybe not your energy either. They sit in the closet, taking up space and sometimes reminding you of a version of yourself that doesn't quite match anymore. The truth is, those pieces were right for the time. But your life has shifted. Your style has grown. It's okay to release what once felt perfect and choose comfort, confidence, and ease instead. No 22. Landline phones. There was a time when the landline was the center of connection in every home. It rang and the whole house paused. You'd sit down, have a real conversation, maybe even wrap the cord around your finger while you talked. But these days, that phone is probably unplugged or buried in a drawer somewhere just in case. Even if it still works, it doesn't really fit into how we live now. We text. We call from our pockets. And honestly, if your phone broke, would you really reach for the old landline? Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means you're allowed to live in the present, not organize around a version of life that's long gone. No. 23. Calculators. This one's small but familiar. That little calculator in your drawer, the one you used for Bill's quick math school forms. It was part of the rhythm of life. Simple, reliable, necessary. But now you haven't touched it in how long your phone can do everything it could and more. And yet the calculator is still there, just in case. Or maybe because it feels too small to matter. But here's the thing, small clutter adds up. And letting go of something like this, it builds momentum. It says, I don't need to keep every old tool just because it once had a job. That was a lot, and if you made it this far, thank you for staying with me. The truth is, you don't have to declutter everything all at once. Sometimes it starts with one item, one drawer, and even that small shift can make your home and your head feel a little bit lighter. You're not doing this to chase perfection. You're doing it to make space for the version of you that lives here now. One decision at a time. If this video helped you pause and rethink even one thing, that's already progress. And if you're ready to keep going, tomorrow's video will walk you through simple, realistic daily habits that keep your home clear without the pressure to stay perfect. I hope to see you there.